All right, good morning, guys. Welcome to our live trading section for today. This section is being recorded so that we can upload it to our YouTube channel for the benefit of our colleagues who could not join the section. Please take notes. The market is set to open for trading in another 2 minutes. What you are seeing now is the dashboards of my account, live trading accounts. And you can see there that the market is open. Like I discussed last week, that the sign here changes to open when the market is in section. But when the market is closed or section, the sign here changes to closed. As it is now, it is open. So this is the dashboards. I want to move for the trading view now. So I click on the main menu. There will be a drop down, and I will click on the sub menu that says market view. That's where we are going to. The market is about to open. Let's go there. So that's the market view. See the bid table, the bids and the offer, and here you see trade. Trade will be dropping here. So I want to change this all board now. I want to change it to my watch list. I previously set some stock that I'm watching. CWG, Livestock, NASCOM, NGS Group, Okomu, Presco, Transcorp, USC, then UPDC ranks. These are some of the stock I have previously set. I can remove some of them. The market just opens. So you can see the trade dropping there. Fidelity has gone down with 1 naira 25 kobo. Okay. Access Bank has gone down with 2 naira 20 kobo. What is happening? The banks are taking a hit this morning. Even Zenith is lost about 3.23 naira 20 kobo this morning now. Okay, so those are opportunity for new people to enter. Okay, let's look at CWG. I've been following up this stock for some time. If I double click on CWG, I'll see the bid table. Okay, the bid is 2.7 million this morning. 34 persons want to buy, and the offer is 3.5 million. 17 people want to sell. Okay, that's what the table is showing this morning. Always use the refresh button here for you to know the current state of the bits or of the um, order table. Always use this refresh button. So you see, nothing has happened. Okay. So at this point, I want to look at some other stuff I'm following. Some of them are not, yeah, they are not in the watch list here. I have some of them in their primary board. Yeah. Let's go to the equity. Oh, okay, let's go to the premium board because Lapa Iruako is one of the stock I am following. Okay, Lapa Iruako. Let's look at the bit at the order table. Okay. Bit is greater than the offer, so it's too early to say that there is a buying pressure. So we just wait and see how it will turn out later in the day. So 800 against 500 offer. 800 bid against 500 offer. So that's what Wako is saying this morning. Let's even look at Zenith. Hmm. Yeah. I have to check the dailies and see if there's anything happening to our banks. It appears all the banks are taking a hit this morning. All of them, including GTB and Stanbic. Hello? Yeah. Alpha. Yeah. We're like the live trading section. I don't know. Do you have you exposed to the bank? Okay, I'm checking. I'm also checking to know what is happening to the bank. Mm. I will let you know later. Mm. Yeah, later. So people are worried that they are trying to find out what is happening to the bank. But let's see how it will turn out before midday. And if I get any news, I will also let us know. Let's go to the equity board. I have some stock I'm following up there. Oando is one of them. Even Erade is an oil and gas stock. Yeah, and it's poised for growth. The figures are looking very good. Everything is looking very good. And since this crisis started on Friday, this Iran and Israel crisis, it has been really be boosting our oil and gas stock. Even Seblat that was retreating, I'm seeing that Seblat this morning has started moving forward. So let's go and check my Oando. I have some Oando position. So Oando, like, was it last week or last 2 weeks now? They released their audited report for the year ended December 31, 2024. And the result was fantastic. It made a whopping 18 naira earnings per share for that year. Though we have not seen they are yet to release their first quarter report. Now second quarter is about to end. We hope that they will be able to come up with their first quarter report, first quarter of this year. They will be able to come up with that report in no time. And so we also expect that that's good results that they made last year will continue in this year. So that's why I've been following. In fact, when the result got to the market, the stock was around 51 naira. And since that time and now, it's trading at 72. I saw 72. Let me just go there. I think I bought some position on that 50 something naira last 2 weeks. And it's now trading at 72. I'm looking at the stock going to more than 80. It is Ohano. So that's where we are. It's trading at 71. So let's see how it will pass out. Last week of Friday, the stock closed at 69. So that means between that Friday close and today, it has gained about 3 naira. So let's see how it will pass out. There's a little bit of tussle between those who want to sell and those who want to buy. We call those who want to buy, we call them the bull, and those who want to sell, we call them the bear. So there's a little bit of tussle between the bull and the bear this morning in Ohando. So most likely, let's see how the fight go today. The bid is 2.6, the offer is 2.7. So that is close. So we are watching the fight from here. Let's see how it will go. But for me, I think that though profit taking will set um, in some place um, along the line, but I still believe it's too early for profit taking to set in. I still believe it's too early. I still believe that um, the price may still uh, continue to trend. So I still believe that the price will still continue to trend. But if the price fall down to uh, if the price fall down to that 69 that it closes on Friday, so most likely we are going to see a pullback in the price, which we call a temporary profit taking. Mm. So that's this is the market trading. The section is on. Um, what we are seeing now is the trade coming in this morning. The trade coming in this morning. And the other table now is for handle that I am viewing. The 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 B's are the ones that you are seeing here, and the offer are the one you are seeing here. So I want to refresh again for me to be able to view the table again, the current position. Okay. The current position now for handle is a B 2.5 million units is being bidded for. And on the offer side, 3.4. So we are going to see there's, there's a serious battle between the bull in Ohando and the peers in Ohando. So let's watch. It's too early to to say that is the bear that will win the fight. It's too early. So when you see this kind of a thing happening, maybe you see like the pullback that we are seeing this morning. The pullback we are seeing this morning in banks, majorly in Nigeria banks, Zenith, all of the banks, they are all having a serious pullback. What do? Do you just quickly go on and sell your investments, sell your shares because there's a pullback in price? Well, that would be wrong. You don't do that. One of the things you will have to do is to find out why there's a pullback. Uh, Sometimes the entire stocks may recover today. The entire banking stock may recover today. So that is how it plays. Sometimes play. But this money everywhere will be looking bloody towards midday. Everywhere will be looking green. Mm. So let's look at Presco. Mm. My favorite stock. Presco is doing fine. Mm. Presco is hitting 1,000 naira today. In fact, right now it's trading at 1,000 naira. A bid of 676,000 bids against 34,000 offer. So the bull have it. When Presco was 785, I think it stayed in that price for some time. When their report came out, their first quarter report for this year, was it their first quarter report or their audited report for last year came out? There's a platform, a forum I belong to. So I mentioned in the forum that based on the valuation that I have done, Pesco is going to hit 1,000 naira. Uh, some persons in the forum was not very optimistic, like me. Um, they were not very optimistic. They said, "Yeah, Presco will hit 1,000 naira, but not this year. That would be a long time." But right now, before us, Presco is already trading at 1,000 naira. So, guys, let's also look at some other stock. Um, okay, Sky Aviation is one other stock I've been following for some time. Sky Aviation is the second company, the second cargo handling company in our airport. We have just two of them in the airport that is listed in Nigeria Stock Exchange. We have NACO, we have Sky Aviation. So I have also been following up Sky Aviation because their report is very good, very fantastic. You need to see their numbers. Um, yeah. So their valuation is also very good. In fact, their first quarter report for this year uh, look better than that of NACO. But right now, NACO is trading at about 80 naira per share, whereas Sky Aviation is just trading at about 58 naira. So see NACO now, almost 92 naira, almost 82 naira. So guys, I've been following up this Sky Aviation for some time, and they are poised for great things. They are poised for great things. So let me look at the table this morning. Okay, 126,001 units um, bidded, and offer is 216 units. Okay, so we'll see how that pans out. See how that pans out. Assuming you have logged in and to your platform and you are interested in buying some stock, just to demonstrate. Just to demonstrate, assuming you are interested in buying a GT code, that's GTB, you're interested in buying some unit, how do you go about it? So assuming you are on this page, this market view, because where you buy is the market view. You don't buy in any other modules of the main menu. There are several modules there. There's my report, there's list, there's dashboard, there's certificate, there's portfolio, there's withdrawal requests. So, but the module we buy is under market view. That's where we are now. Let me close this main menu. I think we want to buy GTCO. How do we go about it? We just locate where GTCO is. GTCO, you can find GTCO, that GTB bank, in equity boards. That's where I am. You know, there's a drop down here. You can drop this down. All the boards we would come out. So it's always very good that you know the board where the stock you are trading is located. Like GT Bank is located in equity boards. So there's a drop down beside GT code there. Each stock has a small drop down beside them. So you just locate GT code, then you click on that drop down, and you see the drop down comes out there. Buy is there, sell is there, market order is there. We are not interested in market order. We are interested in buy. So you click on buy. When you are buying, please don't go and click on sell, because it will take you to a module for sell. And when you execute that trade, that order, you are most likely going to sell what you have. If you initially have the stock. So always be conscious of what you are doing. If you are buying, is buy, you click on. If you are selling, is sell, you click on. So we are buying now. We'll click on buy. So it takes us to this blue window. This blue window. The other type is buy order. Then forget about all these gray, these ones in gray. These ones are pre-feed. Forget about those ones. This limit order type is limit. It comes at default, so you don't need to change it. What it means that you can set your price by yourself. You can set your price by yourself. Like now, I can come here and say, okay, the default price that comes out here is the price the stock closed in the previous day, in the previous trading day. The previous trading day for us now is Friday, or was Friday. We are now on Monday now. So we can just come here and set that price. You see that GTB banks sold for 71 naira 50 kobo. That was the market price that it closes on Friday. So this price now, you can change this price to the price you want to buy. You can change it to 10% less than or 10% more than. You can't change it to 20%. You can't even change it to 11% less than. So the restriction is that it's either plus 10% or minus 10%. So let's always take note of that when we are trading. So now I can do minus 10% of this 7150. I will always have a calculator by my side when I'm trading. Minus 71, 10% minus is times 0.9. It will be 64.35 naira. 64 naira 35 kobo. That's the lowest you can you can beat for the day. Then the highest you can beat is 71.5 times 1.1. That's 78 naira 65 kobo. You can't beat higher than that. Okay. So I can go again. Let's close this first. I can go again and look at the other table for GTCO by double clicking on here. If you are using a phone, you can drop down market order, you click on by order. It will still take you to the same place. Okay. So if we are there, you can look at the price that they are offering this money or bidding this money. The best price that they are bidding is 68 naira 25 kobo. Is the best price. So the highest price they are bidding this money is 68 naira 25 kobo. Then on the offer side, the lowest price that somebody is offering, like he can sell his shares, is 69 naira 90 kobo. So if I just want to buy immediately, I'll just select this price, 69.90 kobo. I will buy immediately. But I may have done my valuation before coming. I look at this price, 68 naira 25 kobo is not right. The price that is right is 67 naira 55 kobo, according to because what we do in trading, you are looking for a bargain. You are trying to buy significantly low so that when you are selling, you can make a profit. So when you are bidding, you bid low. You don't go and bid and buy high. You may not, if you are able to still sell high, you may not, your profit will be minimal. So you look at it and say, okay, based on my valuation, you can see that 64.35 naira that I said is the lowest anybody can beat for the day. You can't beat lower than that. You can say based on my valuation, 65 naira is more like it. So I'll come here and say, okay, let's do 65 naira buy. But say I'll change this place to 65 naira. Change it to 65 naira. Always put the 2 decimal places there. And if you don't put it, it will not go. So whether you are buying 65 naira, put 00 there. If you are buying 65 naira 10 kobo, put 65 naira 10 kobo there. Okay, I really don't have money in this account. Let's say I'm buying just 2 units. If I double click here, if I do a single click, it will not go. So I need to double click. The order has been submitted. You see the order is here. It's in yellow. is in yellow, telling us that the order has been submitted. Yeah, under my order. If I do another order for maybe another stock, maybe Zenith Bank this time, it will be number 2. So the list of orders I have will be listed here under this my order. But let's go back to my market. So the order I just placed, we can refresh and let's see whether it's there. Yeah. You remember that I used 65 naira in placing that order. And you just go and look and see whether it's there. Is there. This is it. You remember it's the units we bidded this 2 units as 65 naira. If we cancel it now, it will no longer be here. So we can just go and cancel it and say we don't want the order. If we click here, it's cancelled. But let's change it. Let's replace it first by changing the order. We don't want to cancel the order. We just want to make some changes. All right. This is the window for for this is the buy window or order buy. Yeah. We want to replace it. Let's change it to one unit instead of 2. We change it to 1 and we double click again. You can see that the color has changed. The color is now brown, light brown. So the quantity we have replaced that quantity we are changing from 2 to 1. It's now 1. So if we go back to our order table and refresh, it's now 1. It's no longer 2. So, but I don't want to buy. I'm just doing this for the for the purpose of training. So let's cancel the order. And I can come here and click on this X sign in red, which is cancel. If I click on it, the system will ask me, are you sure you want to cancel the order? Yes or no. The order will be stated and I will say yes. If I say yes, this color will immediately change to red. That is cancelled. Yeah, that's it. It's been cancelled. The order has been cancelled. So let's go back and let's just be observing the markets for now. If you have any question, drop it in the chat box and so I will respond. I will be checking the chat box periodically. The session is going to be a long one. It's not a short section. So feel free to to exit the section if you are no longer available. And you can also come back and join us when you are available. This is how we trade every day, every trading day. So for now, we'll just be observing the section and One stock I've been looking at recently, I also look at the stock over the weekend. I did some analysis on the stock. Is the initial PSC. Their thinker in the Nigeria Stock Exchange is TIP, the initial PSC. That stock is beginning to do very well. They are into waste management. They do waste management. Um, they do a whole lot, a whole lot. They're not just domestic waste management. They also do industrial waste management. They do industrial cleaning. They are also involved in oil and gas waste management. Yeah. So try and find out, try and read up about them. I may be dropping some updates about them in our platform in days to come. So this is the stock, the initial PSC. They are last week they closed at 6 naira 74 kobo. That was the price they closed last week. But currently now, this is the order table. 730,000 units is being bidded. But the offer is 591,000 units is being offered for sale. So the highest bid this morning is 6 naira 74 kobo that people are bidding. That's the highest. And if you even look at it now, most people are bidding around that price. 6 naira 74 kobo, 6 naira 74 kobo, down to this place. And about 2,886 at about 286,000 units is being bidded at that price. So this is the offer side. But from my evaluation, looking at the earnings they are able to bring to the table, 7 naira is not a bad number. Not a bad number. Let me look at my report again. So from the little reports I could put together on over the weekend on this initial PSA, that's what I'm trying to quickly get now from my spreadsheets. Okay. I'm just finding out that it's like I didn't include it. I didn't include it in the spreadsheets over the weekend. But let me quickly give us some little detail about the company. So I'm watching the company, and yeah, I'm watching the company. Right. Okay. Looking at their report that they just submitted to the market, revenue in the year 2023, they did a revenue of 1.85 billion in 2023. 2024, they did a revenue of 4.66 billion. So you can easily punch your calculator to see the percentage growth. 2023 was 1.85, 2024 was 4.66 billion. Then, when we do the trailing 12 months revenue for Q1, Q1, that is as at March, we did the trailing 12 months. They are already on 5.3 billion estimated revenue. So you can see the growth. Um, that is just from 2023. This report didn't contain from before 2023. So though I have an extended report that we can, but that is not immediately available. So what I have now is 2023 to first quarter of this year. So from 1.85 billion to 4.66 billion, and now to 5.3 billion. And in the same order, their profit has also been going in that order. In the year 2023, they made a profit of 200 million. In the year 2024, the year that just ended, they made a profit of 1.19 billion. That's 1 billion 190 million. You can see the jump. They made almost an additional 1 billion profits in 2024. Looking at the estimates, according to their report for the first quarter, they are already on a profit of 1.31 billion. So we are good with the stock. So when we look at their key ratios, financial ratios, their key financial ratio for quarter one reports, 51.2% gross margin. That's when you remove their cost from their revenue, they made more than half. But okay, more than half, slightly more than half as gross profits. Then when you don't remove other expenses from it, they make 25.9%. That's a quarter of their revenue is their net profit. When we talk about net profit here, we are talking of you have removed their tax, you have removed their interest income, you have removed their admin expenses, you have removed every other expenses. So what is left is 25.9%, which is slightly above a quarter of their revenue, is what is their profit to keep. Now, the return on asset is 20%. They are able to do 20% on return on assets. Return on equity, they are doing 11%. And their current ratio, which is when you compare their current asset to their current liability, their current asset over surpasses their current liability. So they are on a ratio of 1.55. They have little debt. Little debt. The debt to equity ratio is 0.17. So little debt is in their balance sheet. The price to earning ratio, according to the report here, is 1.43. So that is pretty okay, and it's very good. They have two segments in the company: the waste management segment and the industrial cleaning services segment. So those are the little reports I can quickly give you about the initial company. They are into waste management and industrial cleaning. They are not listed in the main board of the exchange. They are listed in the growth board of the exchange. So when you are looking for them, you won't find them in the equity boards. You'll find them in the growth boards. So that 7 naira that was there just now, somebody has bought it. So it's no longer there. So it's one of the stock I'm observing to see what happens. If I have some serious money, I will bought some unit of the stock. See this beggar pants. You really need to be in this market. You understand? You really need to be in this market, and here you understand what is going on. I bought this beggar pen for some of the account I manage. I bought this beggar pen some 1 week ago. No, I still 1 week. Let me say some 3 weeks ago now. So let me bring the beggar pen. I bought this beggar pen at 20 naira 50 kobo. That was what I bought this beggar pen for. So I think I bought for 3 of the account I'm managing. I bought because they too were not having so much money. They just had some small money. So we bought some units for them at 20 naira 50 kobo. I even bought some at 20 naira 20 kobo. If I were allowed to share their account, I would have shown it to you. But for privacy's sake, I'm not showing it to you. I'm just mentioning it to you. Do you know that this beggar pen got to as high as high as was it 28 naira or 29? Let me say 28 naira. And when he got to 28 naira, I looked at the reports. I looked at their last report, which is the first quarter of this year. Something told me in the mind that these stocks were good to be sold at this point in time. And immediately I opened the 3 account and I sold those stocks. And those guys took their profits, you know. Do you know that since that day now it's been falling? The beggar pen has been falling. It's coming back again to reset. It may not really get to 20 naira 50 kobo again. Maybe around 22 naira or 23 naira, it will stop. Now, nobody wants to buy. If you look at the table, the other table this morning, you see that last week is the reference price, that's the closing price for last week was 26 naira 80 kobo. But this morning, nobody wants to buy. Everybody wants to sell. You can see. Even the lowest price they want to sell here is 24 naira 20 kobo. So you agree with me that it was a good decision that we sold at that 28 naira. And that's how we do here. We don't just buy and hold. We buy and continue to observe. When there are opportunities to sell, we sell. We wait for opportunity again to buy. You understand? So we can do such turnover in a year. We can do like 3 or 2 turnovers in a year or like that. And that helps us to build our profits. But for you to do that, you have to be in the market always. Always. It's not like you are doing your business and no. You have to be in the market full time and you are observing what is happening in the market. All right. That's for beggar. Okay, let's go back to CWG computer warehouse. If you don't really know that stock, you might think that this computer they are just selling. So it's very important that we know uh, the stock we are trading, not just shallowly. We know it very well. Mhm. We know their numbers very well. We know what they do, how they are making their money. We know it very well. We even know their competition. You know that computer warehouse, uh, for most of the account I manage, computer warehouse is one of the stocks that I have bought for almost everybody. Let me double click on it now. You know that it's a technology company. It's a technology company, and they do more of software than hardware. All these applications the banks are using, they are the ones supplying them, they are the one maintaining them. Even all this upgrade that you were hearing the other day when first CBN told all banks to upgrade their software, it was computer warehouse that was practically helping this bank to upgrade their software. So it's a very big company and they are strategically positioned. Um, if you look at their numbers, you see that they've been doing very well. I will read out their earnings per share from 2021. In the year 2021, they made a earnings per share of 18 kobo per every share. That was the profit that they made that year. In the year 2022, they made 19 kobo, slightly above 2021. In the year 2023, they made 23 kobo. So you can say that, oh, that was still pretty flat. 18 kobo to now 23 kobo in 2023. So from 2024 was when they started giving us very good number. In the year 2024, their earnings per share was 1 naira 21 kobo, and they paid a dividend of 39 kobo. It's not like they were not paying dividend before then, no. But just to give you that, in 2024, they paid a dividend of 39 kobo. In 2025, the year we are now, they have only given us one report. But when we do the trailing 12 months, what we call the TTM, is already pointing to 1 naira 67 kobo. That was just one quarter report coming. By the time we now have second quarter report, which is coming by next month, July, we are most likely going to be seeing 2 naira half year. So, guys, computer warehouse is one of those companies to be. And if you look at what has been happening to computer warehouse, let's say 1 week now, they have been buying, they have been buying, they have been buying the shares. And we call that one accumulation. They've just been buying the share massively, massively. They have just been buying the shares. Let me show us the charts. Um, Let me stop sharing this. Stop presenting this. Uh, because I want to move to the charts so that we look at CW chart. After which I will come back. Okay. I mean, that's CWG. That's the chart. That's the chart for CWG. Daily chart. The time frame is daily. Um, Now you see that CWG actually got to a high of 11 naira 15 kobo. You can see it here. If you put your cursor here, you see the high there is 11 naira 15 kobo. Okay, yeah. But today now it's trading at 9 naira 40 kobo. So what happened between this high and this low here? What happened? Is what we call pullback. Nothing has happened. Nothing happened to the company. The company is still doing well and still turning out good numbers. In fact, they are doing better. So what happened is what we call pullback, profits taken. Some people saw that, oh, they have made some money, and so they want to take it off the table. And so when they are booking their profits, they are selling, booking their profit. That will uh, pull the price of the stock back. Because in economics, we say when supply outweigh demand, what happens? Price will fall. So when this kind of a thing happens, is an opportunity for you to buy. When there's a pullback in the price of a good stock, it's an opportunity for you to buy. Those who are not informed in the market will run away. Will just run away. Things are bad. Things are going to be bad. And they will just run away. But those who knows what is happening will just buy more to what they have. And they will just wait until it goes up again for them to sell and take profit if they have to. So, but why I really wanted us to look at this charts was this part that has to do with the volume that the stock has been trading. Is it that over this period, the volume was low, 1 point something million, 2 million, or starting from here, 6.9, 15 million, 17 million, 20 million, 10 million, 29 million. So if you even see the average volume traded, that's a black line there. The line is going up, telling us that people are getting interested in this stock and they are buying more of the stock. So when you see this kind of a thing happening, it will engender you to investigate, a kind of carry out a broad-based analysis to see, oh, what is causing all this interest in the stock? And then you'll be able to see, oh, this is where to be. Let me buy some of this stock and add to my portfolio. So when the the profit comes, I will also take part of it. So I ran a DCF, what we call a discounted cash flow valuation on this stock. What the price was telling me, this stock is grossly undervalued. The price was telling me that this stock we do as much as 20 naira, but today is selling for 9 naira 40 something kobo. The valuation was telling me that this stock we do as much as 20 naira. It's supposed to be selling for as much as 20 naira, but today it's just selling for. Okay, we will wait and see, and we are here, and so we'll wait and see. Let me see whether I can quickly show us the beggar pens, or it's not in this watch list. Let me check this other one. Okay, I have it here. So let's do the charts and convert it to candlestick charts. Yeah, that's the chart of error there. Okay, that's error there. Oh, that's error there. Okay, let's go back to. All right, convert it to. Let's go back up print. That's beggar print here. Okay, what is recorded in the chart here is actually lower than what happened that day. It got to 28. Maybe momentarily, but it got to, you see, this is where it started from. 20 naira, 25 kobo. It started going up, going up, going up, going up. The chart here is saying is a high of 26 naira, 80 kobo. That's what the chart is saying. But I sold mine. I sold it for 28 naira. But it moved down today to around 24 naira something. But let's keep observing. So that's just to show us. So let's go back to our trading platform now. Okay. So they are just mumping the shares, and they are mumping in that CWG now. They are mumping it. I bought it recently at 9 naira. So they are not allowing it fall below 9 naira. But anything from 9 naira and above, anything they see there, they are just mumping it. Like a big investor is trying to leave the stock, and so they are just selling it. Another investor is taking over his shares, and that's what likely is what is happening. So they are not allowed this stock to move for some days now. They have not allowed it to move. It's always within this range. So we are watching. I just wish some money would drop, then I will buy more. I already have some of the position in these shares, but I'm interested in buying more. of these shares. So let's just keep watching. The market is still in section. Well done, guys. Yeah, I just went through the charts now. There's no question yet there. We have any question? Let's drop it on the chat so that we can treat it. Market is still in section, still trading. In fact, we are just starting now. This is about less than 2 hours of trade. Um, so the market will close by 2:30 p.m. So we still have up to or even more than 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours left for trading. The banks are gradually recovering. If you are following, the banks are gradually recovering. So if you are following the banks, they are gradually recovering, but the pullback this morning was a whole lot. Let us even check the index for the banking index. Go to index. This INDX is index. So let's refresh. So this index, this is the Austrian index. Yeah, this morning, okay, 0.18%. So let's check the banking index. See, the banking index pulled back with over 4.21%. So what is happening in the bank? Is there a negative report? Is there a negative report in the bank that is engendering this pullback? So, But you can quickly look at this window here. There's a window for news. Under the main menu, there's a place you click, you see news there. Click on that news. For June. So this is where we started. This is 16th of June. That's today. This is where we started seeing news today. So there's no news that negative banking news. So what must have happened? So let's go back here. This one stock I also monitor. So yeah, it um used to hover between 2 naira and 2 naira 30 kobo. So if you can get it to buy around 2 naira or maybe less than 2 naira, you are good. Just wait. And you sell at 2 naira 30 kobo. Don't allow it pass that place before you sell. That's about 15%. You remove your charges, both buying and selling charges, you're likely to get about 10%. You are trading with 2 million or maybe a million, and just be getting 200,000 naira every other cycle. And from when you started making these cyclical movements, the average period for one cycle to complete is no more than a month. So within a month, you can actually do a cycle and just get your 10%, clean 10% within a month. This UPDC, the rent, is a real estate management company. They have their own properties, both in Lagos, in the choice areas in Lagos, in Ikoyi, in Lekki, and some choice location in Abuja. They have properties, residential properties. They are doing very well. It's just that we don't expect to see massive growth in their portfolio. So they collect rents, management fee in terms of management expenses is very minimal. Almost everything they collect is what will end up in their profits. So they pay very minimal management fee, not even up to 20%. 80 something percent of their revenue end up in their profit. And they distribute all the money, almost all the money as dividend to their shareholders. So that's their business model. Just that they don't grow like every other companies. So it's just residential properties that they have. So their growth is very limited. They don't grow much. So that's the thing. But I've been noticing that they've been doing between their price has been hovering between 5 naira 85 kobo to 6 naira 30 kobo. That's where their price has been hovering. Now, today, now, if you go to their price now, uh, you see it under rent. Uh, that's where you see it, the board. Yeah, you click on that board, you'll notice that the last this thing they just sold now, or unit they just sold now, was as 5 naira 85 kobo. It's actually at the bottom of the pyramids. That so if you buy today and you sell at 6 naira 30, you just wait till you get to 6 naira 30 and sell 5 naira 85 kobo. So, but the profit is low, but that's the cycle. If you don't mind, um, that's 7.6%. Take out your charges, you may do like 3% or 3 point something percent. You don't mind, or is it worth the risk? Um, but I tell you, in that space, there's no risk. There's no risk in that space. If you are buying at 5 naira 85 kobo, you are sure. And the next thing that will happen, price will start going up. Yeah. Once it gets to that 630 or 640, usually 630, sell it there. Don't don't wait, and take your profits. And so we know all these things by being regular in the market and observing price behavior of each stock. Then we study the charts of each stock. So from there we can know the behavior of each the price behavior of each stock. Each stock have the way they behave. So when you understand the market, or when you're always in the market and you're observing the market, and you have the time to do detailed analysis, you'll be able to take advantage of the price pattern or the price behavior of each stock. See fixing. Fixing is 42 naira, selling at 42 naira now. Mhm. Guys, you know that this fixings somewhere last year was selling for less than 12 naira. This CWG that you are seeing at 9 naira something, you'll still be here when it will make the 20 naira price mark, and we'll move from there. I will still remind you, the bank are recovering, are recovering. This month of June is the end of the second quarter. The end of the second quarter. And it is expected that companies report their quarterly numbers 1 month. The deadline they have is 1 month after the end of the quarter. That's the mandate that they have been given by the stock exchange, that they must report their numbers 1 month after the end of the quarter. So the quarter is ending in another 2 weeks. So starting from July, it is expected that company will start submitting their report to the market. Their report for April to June activities. So that's the second quarter report for most of the company whose ending periods is December. But we have some few companies that has some other ending periods. I know of Honeywell Flour Mill. I think that one is May or so, or it's April. I'll check. Some other few company has some other date other than December, but I can tell you that more than 80% of the stock quoted in the stock exchange has their period ending in December. All the insurance company period end in December. All the banking stock in the exchange, their period end in December. And many other companies like that. But just some few companies, like the company in the educational sector, like academic press, university press, like Learn Africa. I think they are not using December, they have a different period. So those companies will not be submitting their second quarter report. Some of them will be submitting their updated reports. So most companies will be expected to submit their reports from July 1 to July 31. So we call that period now, that's July 1 to July 31, any periods. So it's a period where most companies are expected to draw their earnings reports. And you know what happened during that period? For companies that would do very well, it is expected their price will be going up. For companies that will not do so well or even do flat, it is expected that their price would be going down, or maybe their price will just remain where they are. The market have a way of knowing in advance what is likely. They may not be able to give an exact figure, but if I follow up the market, the companies that would do well, those that will not do well. I'm not a football fan, but I do know that those who are following football, they will tell you who is going to be the next Premier League champion for next year or for next season. They will tell you. They may not tell you the team. They will just tell you that out of these 14, one of them will be the next Premier League uh, champion. And certainly it's going to be one of those four teams. So also like that, similarly, in this investment space, we can tell you categorically the companies that will be giving us good numbers and those that we are not expecting good numbers from. We can tell you. And those ones that will be giving us good numbers, for most of us who have taken position in their portfolio, we have taken position now and waiting for the price to start moving up. Towards when they are expected to start releasing their report to the market, we are most likely going to see price moving up. Some will even do as much as 30% rise. From next month now, you see price moving up significantly for some companies. That the market is expecting that they are going to give us good numbers. You see it. So, yeah. When you take position in a good time and you wait, you make good or significant returns, take good returns off the table. You understand? So that's for that. Then you now can sell once the report comes to the market and is according to expectation. You now can sell. The only time you might not bother to sell is when the report is much more than what the market expected. So the market has a way of pricing in expectation. So that's why in this palace, this stock space, this stock investment space, they will say buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what they say. So when you buy in good time, if the expectation is realized, you sell. Because most likely what will happen thereafter is that the stock will continue to move back because that results have already been priced in. Yeah, the stock will be pulling back. Especially when there are surprises in the market beyond the expectation of the investing public. Then you see that after release of results, the price will still be surging higher. But there are some cases where the market is expecting a negative result. And to their surprise, to everybody's surprise, the result is is fantastic. So in such cases, you see the price doing 100% more, or 50% more, 100%, or 80%, as the case may be. So let's take note of that. The bank are recovering. Yeah, it's just midday. The bank are recovering. If we go back to the index now and check the banking index, and let's see, because when we check it before, I think it was negative 4 point something. So let's check it now, what the banking index is saying now. We go now, banking index is now negative 4.05. So it's recovering. So we are seeing the recovery in the prices. So let's wait and see what it will be like at the end of the day. I didn't find any negative news, though I have not gone to the papers to see what the financial papers are saying. Whether it was a rating issue that resulted I checked the NGS, I checked the trading platform. There's no negative news with regards to the bank. I don't know what they are reacting to now. So when we find a situation like this, when there's no negative news, it's just a pullback. Yeah, we can take a bet that, oh, this is an opportunity. Let's buy. Look at first. I said First Bank, Access Bank. Let's see. Access Bank that was trading. That's Access Bank. See Access Bank. Access Bank this morning was trading at a low of 20 naira 15 kobo. In the recent past, let's say for up to 6 months or so, Access Bank have not done less than 20 naira. So it's a strong support. So if anybody saw it at this price, 20 naira 15 kobo, and enter, you can be sure that you can't be wrong with that price. So see now, it's already 31.30. So for those that bought at 20 naira 15 kobo, 21.30 is what is trading now. For those that bought at 20 naira 15 kobo, they will have already done 5.7% increase. You understand? And the liquidity of Access Bank is not here. As we used to say, not be here. The liquidity is. So you see, Access Bank has traded 1.4 billion this morning. So when I say the liquidity is not here, you understand. Even if you have 100 million this morning, you wanted to buy 100 million unit at that price of 20 naira 15 kobo, you see it to buy. Eh? And 5 naira 5.7% now. That's telling you that it's just the charges that will make that gain to be low. Otherwise, If you bought 100 million, you are talking about 5,700,000 this morning. So see, assets bank now is going up. Stock that open at 20 naira 15 kobo. So that means that as at the point it opened, there was no beat. It was a complete, because the lowest price here is 20 naira 15 kobo. So if the stock open at 20 naira 15 kobo, it means that there was no beat. Look at Zenith. Zenith has done 2.4 billion in value. This is serious. So yeah, really, yeah, they are mocking the shares. UBA have done 2 billion. Solely First Bank have done 363 million. Let's see what GTB have done. The equity board. I want to also look at what okay. Fidelity have done 641 million. GT have done 2.3 billion. Not million, no billion. That's going back to the index. Let's see what the stock exchange has sold this morning. 442 million units of shares, valued at 40.2 billion, trading for just 2 hours 16 minutes. You see why I like this market? The liquidity that is in Nigeria Stock Exchange. What you can only use to compare it is the crude oil market. There's no market that is close to the stock exchange. Okay, there's a question here. Finally, we have gotten one question. Say, can we recommend stock for buy and for sell? Yes, for today we can recommend stock for buy and for sell. Yeah, for today we can. Those stocks are really pricing the report that is being expected, the second quarter report that is being expected by next month. But that does not mean that we still cannot get some good position. Like now, first, the banking stock has given us a very good opportunity this morning now to buy. If somebody is still buying Access Bank at the current price, it, it's not wrong. If some current price now is 21 naira 40 kobo. If somebody is buying UBA at 34 naira 50 kobo, that person is not wrong. UBA just came back from almost 39 naira. I think they sold at 38 naira something. So if you are buying it this morning now at 34 naira 50 kobo, you won't be wrong. In a couple of days, you might be able to sell that stuff for 40 naira. So there are a couple of stocks here and there that we can still buy. Though for me, it's not time to sell yet. Unless we got a window of opportunity like in Beggar, that we have to sell that Beggar. But for most of the position we have, I would prefer that we wait till second quarter report is out. That would be between 15th of July and 31st of July for us to sell. We can sell slightly before the report is out, or slightly before the report is out, or if we really have a very strong conviction that the stock is going to churn out very good numbers, then we can wait and see the report before we sell. You understand? But if you look at your profits, assuming now like a company like CWG, you bought it at let's say you bought it at 9 naira 50 kobo, and between now and the second quarter report, which is going to be due between that June 15 and July 15 and July 31, and he gives you about 50. You're able to sell it for. You're able to get about 15 naira per share. 15 naira over 9.5. That's like 57%. If I were you, I will sell it. I will sell it. Because 57%, I can quickly take that one, book that one, and wait and see. And wait and see. I can still buy it again, but that will be after the result is out. And I would, because August used to be the lowest month of the year in terms of prices of stocks. All stock used to come down in August. So I'll wait till the end of August or about the end of August, if at all I want to buy it again before I will enter. So that's for that. So what I've said is that there are still a couple of opportunity, buying opportunity this morning that I am seeing. Then for sale, I've said most likely next month that will be a better time to sell. If you have invested, taking position in good stock, so it will be premature for you to start selling them now. So why not wait till the report is about to be released, or wait till the report is released before you now say, okay, take that decision to start selling them. That's offset. Then for buy, there are still a couple of opportunity that you can take advantage of to buy and add to your portfolio. And but all that depends on if you have money in your account. All right. I hope I've answered your question. If not, you can still put a follow-up question. Mhm. I think this CWG, we are likely going to see the end of this accumulation this week. So after night, what happened? The next thing that will happen is day. So we are likely going to see the end of the tunnel this week. And so we start moving forward, start moving up. We start climbing the cliff. There are just 1.2 million units now. They have been transacted this morning. Um, so if it was Wednesday, this time you'll be seeing over 10 million units already sold or bought. Or it's like it's beginning to show a sign that um, the the demand or the supply is drying up. Distant internet. Mhm. That stock just they just listed that stock in no more than 2 months ago, and it's been trending since then. Mhm. The index is now minus 3.93. So they are reclaiming the lost ground gradually. So let's see. By the end of the trading day, we'll be able to see how much of the lost ground they will have reclaimed. Let's go to the premium boards. Okay. Access is still selling on 21.35. So 4.47% pullback, decrease in price from last uh, First Bank pulled back with about 7.8. That's serious. Seblat moved up with about 2.74. And UBA pulled back with about 4.56. Zenith Bank 6.18. That's so much pullback. Mm. Well, one thing I also want us to know is that free lunch for the banks is likely over for now. They may come back to start eating free lunch, but it's likely over for now. So everybody will have to go and look for their lunch and work hard to get their lunch. You know, they were making a lot of easy money last year and last 2 years. They made a lot of easy money. But starting from this year, the time for easy money is over. So now they are working, they have to work for their money. Now, when I say easy money, what do I mean? Remember that banks were declaring a lot of profits from FS gain. So that's majorly where they made their profit from. Yeah. But now that FS is relatively stable, uh, we may not see those kind of huge gain in their books any longer, at least for some time until and even to make the whole matter worse now, there is a crisis in the Middle East, which has heightened or the price of crude oil. Burning light, the crude oil, the type of crude oil that Nigeria is producing, is about $80 per barrel right now. So that means that Nigeria would have a lot of foreign exchange to defend the naira. So we may likely see around 1,500 naira exchanging for a dollar at the end of this quarter, which is 2 weeks from now. So that would mean that most of the companies that used to declare losses will be in a position to declare FS gain this time. And that also will not affect the bank negatively because the bank will not be able to declare any gain from foreign exchange. They will not be able to declare any gain from foreign exchange because that's where they were making their money from. If you look at the reports of the banks in the first quarter, the period that ended in March 31st this year, you have already seen the trend that I'm talking about now. Most of the banks, their profits pull back in that first quarter. They reported less as compared to the first quarter of last year. They reported less. The major reason is because FS gain, there was no or minimal FS gain in their books. So this end of this quarter, coupled with this crisis that is going on in the Middle East, we are most likely going to be seeing FS loss in their books, not gain again. It's when the foreign exchange is going up that they make gain. When it's coming down, they make loss. The reverse is the case for many other companies who depend on foreign raw material, who depend on foreign loans to run their operations. You know. So we are most likely going to see a situation in the bank this time where FS, they will make FS loss, and that will impact the amount of profit they are able to make for the half year. Even if I tell you that there's still a couple of windows of opportunity in the banking space that we can take advantage of, actually, me will take advantage of them uh, cautiously. Uh, so we monitor them when we just make some few gains, some few percentage of gains, we sell and we take our money out because the bank is really risky right now. This Lafarge Oracle, I can't wait for this Lafarge Oracle to start delivering like I, I in my valuation when I ran my valuation, it came up to around 121 naira per unit, but we are just in 86 naira right now. We're just in 86 naira, so that means like almost like 40 naira more for us to go. Now look at the other table now. Right now, the bid, those that are buying is 4 million, 4.1 million, and those selling is 628,000. It's not even up to 1 million. So that tells you that something is happening in this space. Something certainly is happening in this space. Let's just wait and see. Um, for some account I manage, I bought Waco for them at 86. That's what I bought. Uh, let's just wait and see what happens. We can only wait and see after taking positioning. You don't control what happened thereafter, uh, but you do know that things will go up, but you don't know how soon they will start moving up. How soon is being controlled by the market, but ultimately, you know that things will go up. So that's the thing. Yeah, money, sir. Well done, sir. Okay. NASCOM. NASCOM is Nigeria Dangote Salt. Yes. Yeah. That company is also doing very well. Their numbers are very good and they are poised for growth. That company is doing very well. Let me uh, just share their numbers for the last of 5 years. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me start from 2020. In the year 2020, they reported earnings per share of 1 naira and two kobo. Every share, they made a profit of 1 naira and 2 kobo. In the year, you remember that 2020 was the year we had the coronavirus. There was a lockdown. 2021, they made earnings per share of 1 naira 12 kobo. So it was still like pretty flat between that 2021 and 2020. Then in 2022, they made 2 naira and 6 kobo, where they were gradually going up. In 2023, they made 5 naira and 19 kobo. You see that their their profits doubled in 2023 when compared to 2022. In 2024, which is last year, they made 5 naira and 77 kobo. This year, they are projected to make 7 naira and 65 kobo. 7 naira and 65 kobo. You see that, you see the growth from 1 naira and 2 kobo in 2020. Now we are seeing 7 naira and 65 kobo. Okay. The reports that they dropped in April for first quarter of this year. Let me read that report. That report, they made a profit per share of 3 naira 74 kobo, which was more than half of the entire profit they made for 2024. When you compare the March of this, the report for March of this year, first quarter of this year to first quarter of last year, the difference is 101% more. First quarter of last year, they made 1 naira 86 kobo. This year, first quarter of this year, they made 3 naira 74 kobo. When you do the math, you discover that they made 101% more in this year. So what was the key driver of that growth? The key driver of that growth, from what we found in their books, is FS gain. This period of last year, they were bleeding because the value of the naira was just falling massively. So this year, the value of the naira stabilized, and it was pretty the same price they entered the year with. The same FS exchange rate they started the year with was what the country ended the year with. So for most companies that are depending on FS for their operation, they did not record any gain or loss in their books, and that helped their earnings. So that's the major reason why their why there's a massive jump in their reports. And we are most likely going to see more massive jump in the second quarter report, because the second quarter now, there is likely going to be more SFS gain, because from the analysis I ran just now, it is expected that FS may even gain more uh, by 2 weeks' time, considering the crisis going on in the Middle East, which is already affecting fish trade into the price of crude oil. And the crude oil is where Nigeria derive their fighting power or defending power of the naira from. So when we get the price of crude oil higher, we're able to sell crude oil higher, we get more dollars, then we can use those things to defend our currency in the exchange market. So we are already very sure that the naira will not fall in value. Instead, the naira will continue to gain in value going forward. That may not happen throughout the year, but between now and 2 weeks' time, let's watch what will happen. So, guys, NASCON is good. It's good to go. It's good to go. You can buy some of it and add to your portfolio. Yeah. This MRS um, is one of those stuff we are following. Yeah, we're following that stuff, and we saw lately now the stock started moving down in price, but it's beginning to regain the lost ground now gradually. I think it's now, it got to around 172 naira. But from that place, it went down to around 140, 141, 139. But today, I think it's trading now at 160. It's beginning to regain the lost ground. Most of the um, company in the downstream sector of our petroleum industry, those are the companies that run petrol stations, like MROS, like Corn Oil, um, like Ohando used to be one of them. I think Ohando now has moved to the upstream. They have sold their downstream sector to another company, though the new company they sold this for is not listed in the exchange. But you still have the like of MROS, like the like of internal oil, the like of corn oil, yeah, then Total Energy. These are the few companies, the downstream companies that are listed in the exchange, and they are still there, and they are doing well. But we observe that in their first quarter report, almost all of them, not just one, almost all of them, their numbers were not too good. Mm. The turnover they reported was not as high as the first quarter of last year. I don't know why. It looks like we have fewer vehicles on our road now, so we are not reporting those high numbers again. And it could also be that, like they allege that they were selling Nigeria for outside the country. So it's possible now they are no longer selling it because the price of fuel has gone up. So the demand dropped, and so their revenue was impacted. So, but that is just my own assumption. I may be wrong, I may be right, but their numbers were not good. All of them dropped in turnover and in profits. Um, but I just also want to mention here that let's be watching MRS. MRS has informed the market that they are delisting. They are moving from Nigeria Stock Exchange. They are moving into the NEASD, the non-listed security exchange. So that's what they are doing. And so when they are doing that, they are going to buy off the minority shareholder. They will tell us at what price they will be buying off the minority shareholder. So when they are delisting like that, they will buy off almost everybody that is in the minority. Because the owners of the company, the majority shareholder, have taken the decision that they want to delist the company from Nigeria Stock Exchange. So if you don't want to go with them, they will buy your shares from you and give you money, give you cash. So they have not told us at what price they will be making that exchange. So if they come back later and tell us that, oh, they are going to make that exchange at 1 naira 80 kobo, 200 naira, or I say 1 naira 80 kobo. They are going to make at 180 naira per share, or at 200 naira per share. So they will tell us, they will come out and tell us so that we know. But if you want to go with them, you don't want to sell your own, you want to move with them to the other exchange, you are fine. You can move with them and you'll still be able to trade your shares in the other exchange. But The disadvantage is that that exchange, that NAASD, is not as visible as the Nigeria Stock Exchange. It's not as visible. And the rules there, the regulation there, are not as stringent as that of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. So that's the thing. Just a piece of information I feel like sharing. So we are still watching what will happen. I It's my thinking that the price of this share, MROS, will go up significantly when they are about to come up with their um, exit price. It will go up significantly. Then some of us who has position in the shares will be able to sell uh, and take out our money. The reason is that it is not that it is bad to go to the other exchange. Uh, the liquidity there is very low. You might be wanting to sell. It will take this. In the Nigeria Stock Exchange, if you want to sell, you sell that day, and you take out your money. But you might just discover that in the last 1 month, you'll be trying to sell in NASD and nobody is offering to buy. So the liquidity there is very minimal. It's not as high. Um, then also, I'm not also very comfortable with the trend I'm seeing in the downstream sector. It's like their their revenue and earnings is reducing. Whether we have fewer vehicles on the road or the demand generally uh, is falling, maybe resulting from cross-border demand that used to be there. Maybe it's no longer there. And so that is affecting their turnover and bottom line. So if we investigate, we will know what is well, that's the position as of now. So it's not that sector is no longer as attractive as it used to be. Okay. Mm. This NAM insurance and custodian insurance, there are two stocks to watch in the insurance sector. Even Mansard Insurance, I really am not seeing it's not trending, but NAM and um, custodian, yeah, the way those stocks are moving, though I'm not interested in the insurance company, no. So I really don't look at their numbers, but I used to see the way they are moving in the stock exchange here. But I'm really not interested in insurance company. The reason is that the death with me so many years ago during the meltdown. Almost all the stocks I bought then was insurance because they were the penny stock, and I know how much I lose trading them. So one between twice share, not really, don't really, don't really, look at them. Don't really 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 look at them. don't Okay, okay, guys. Uh, I'll stop recording at this point. The market is still on. I'll come back to recording towards the end of the market, say by 2 o'clock, or yeah, I'll come back to recording. It's just about 1:07 p.m. now. So I'll come back to recording about 2 o'clock. Uh, Let me stop the recording. But the section is still on. You can still join. And yeah, thank you.